Yoo-hoo! It's math time. Okay, you ready to go? Let's get going. Here we've got our groups of 7 here, right? Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some chips. And what are my 2 groups? Obvious what my 2 groups are, 2 and 5. 2 and 5 make 7. Now, we're looking at number bonds, so we're going to do a little bit of review for number bonds here. My whole and my pots. What's my whole for this one right here? The whole is 7. And my 2 parts, 2 and 5. 2 and 5 make 7. Okay, let's grab another one. Not that one. Yeah, this one here is perfect. There's one group, and there's my other group. 3 and 4. Okay, so let's jump over here and do another number bond. Let's do a number bond like this. Part, 2, whole. Okay, what are my parts? 3 and 4 make 7. 3 and 4 make 7. All right. So, got us thinking about number bonds like this, and we're going to use this in just a minute. But first of all, I want to pull these guys out here and take a look at all of them. Do these look familiar to you? This is some of the math materials that we've had before, aren't they? Okay. So, as we've been counting up to 100 now, we can use these materials to think about counting to 100 and making numbers between 100. For example, well, not for example. So this piece right here, well, this one, let's start with the ones. This is a 1. This counts for 1 square, right? Now if I take 10 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then it becomes the same as a 10 stick, right? And then if I take 10 10 sticks, it becomes the same as the 100, right? So let's take a couple of numbers here real quick before we get into the number bonds for a minute. Let's try and make like the number 57. If I want to make number 57, I'm going to take 5 10 sticks to make the 50, and then I'm going to take 7 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 50 and 7 makes 57. And I could do any number, right? I could do 99, right? Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10s, and then 9 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 ones. So if I take one more, that's when that becomes 100, right? All right. So that's these things. Now I'm going to look at a number bond here. And I'm going to make a number bond. I'm going to put the parts down here. So let's put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Put 10 in this part here. And now I'm going to put 1 in this part here. 10 and 1. What number does that make? Well, it makes 10 and 1, or 11, right? So my whole is 11. Okay. Now, what we're going to be working on our problem set today is looking at when one of the parts is missing, can we still figure out what the whole is? So, for example, if I take this away and this part is empty here, can I still figure out, I'll hide it, that if the whole is 11 and one of the parts is 10, then the other part has to be 1, right? Now let's take away this part for a second and look at it this way. If the whole is 11 and one of the parts is 1, then the other part has to be 10, right? So this is 10, this is 1. Now, let's go right to the problem set and take a look at this and figure out what you're going to be doing with this problem set here. This is very similar to what we did yesterday on the problem set. But this time, it's going to be taking different parts away, and you have to figure out what parts are missing and what goes in the missing blanks. So, I think I want to get my whiteboard here for a minute. Let's look at this for just a minute before we get into that. If I say that 11 equals 10 plus blank, well, what's the missing number? What's the missing part that goes here? Well, the missing part is 1, right? And if I say 1 plus blank equals 11, then I know that the missing part here is 10. Let's do another one that's not 11. Let's do 15. If we have 15 and we're missing one of the parts, and this part is 10, then I know that this part has to be 5, right? 5 plus 10 equal 15. All right, so let's jump back to the problem set again. And in this one, all of the blanks are filled in, right? We had 11 for the whole, we had 10 for one of the parts, and then this was blank, and then they've written in the number 1. So that shows me that 11 equals 10 plus 1, or 10 plus 1 equals 11. Now take a look at this one. Here the whole is 12. Okay, and we don't have either of the parts. Both parts are missing, but here they show us that 10 is one of the parts. So you're going to write 10 for one of the parts, and then you have to figure out what part is missing and put them in both of these blanks. Same with this one. This time we don't have the whole, but down here I can look and see that the whole is 13. So I know that I'm going to put 13 here. So you've got 8 problems to do again, just like yesterday. Sorry, I got distracted by my email. Okay, so this is your problem set. It's only one side. Later on today, you got an exit ticket. It's just the same, just not as squished. You have the number bond with parts missing, and then we have parts missing in the number sentences, and you have to fill in the blanks for the missing sentences. Okay, so that's your work for today. Plus, I want you to do today in your Fluency Green Book, Lesson 19, Fluency Template 1. And in this worksheet here, they just have numbers. Okay, this one has 3. Oh, the example it says we have 2 groups of 10 and then 5 ones. So they wrote the number 25. And then the instruction is to draw one more. And then you have to write what the new number is. After 25 comes 26. So let's look at this one. 3 groups of 10 and 7 ones, 37. And then you're going to draw one more 1 and draw what that number it is. So I want you to do this template, this fluency template as well. Okay, and then that is going to be your math today.